Coaches Show on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield. U.S. Bank. Life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank. Member FDIC. Tonight's show is also brought to you by Zappos, the home for the Cougar Coaches Show, where the Palouse comes to play and eat. Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. Proud partner of Washington State Athletics. And by Redbox, the official at-home movie partner of the Pac-12. Visit redbox.com now for new movies and thousands more. Now let's talk Washington State basketball. Live from Zappos with Cougar head coach Kyle Smith, here's the voice of the Cougs, Matt Chazanow.
It is great to be with you. We're live here at Zappos talking ball with Coach Smith. Final show of the year. That's incredible.
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe it.
It's March 1st. It is March 1st. And, Coach, you have the most wins in Pac play in 11 years. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
How about that? Got an overtime W against Oregon State. First win in Corvallis since 2013.
Wow.
And the Cougs and Beavs have been playing ball against each other since 1909.
Wow.
Consecutively, annually, every year, right? Continuously, I should say.
Yep.
And that was the 302nd meeting. So that's a lot of basketball.
Yeah.
And no more points had ever been scored by the
unbelievable.
Cougs than last night. In
Was that last
Coliseum.
night?
That was last
like
night.
this
Yes,
morning.
that is right. Yeah, last night, 103 points, most ever scored by the Cougs against the Beavs. Wild one. Went to OT. A Beaver team that's clearly talented took USC to double OT. They've been in 7 one-possession games, 6 one-possession games.
Yeah.
Because last night was a 2-possession game.
I don't understand that. That bugs me. I mean, I want a one-possession win, man. It was
I
a
know,
tie
sorry.
game. It was a tie game.
Yeah, it's a 2-possession game.
It was a close one we won.
Congratulations. A lot of great things popping here. But you got a final home week. You got the Beavers once again on Thursday, the Ducks on Saturday. We'll get to that in a bit. You had a tough one in Seattle. A credit to the Huskies. They've been a really good Pac team. They showed great fight, and that was a good crowd and a good atmosphere, and it was a tough road game.
Yeah, no, it was good for Pac-12 basketball to see them. They've been down last year or last couple of years.
The Huskies?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a tough year last year. Yeah.
And, it's just good. They bounced back. They have, I like Coach Hopkins. I know I'm not probably supposed to, but good dude.
Yeah.
And, no, we played pretty well. And they had Matthews and Davis bounce back. They gave him a little more depth. And Davis a fifth-year senior. Terrell Brown's a sixth-year senior.
Yeah.
And Matthews started 2 years. So they're experienced. And we played really well first half. And then they kind of cranked up the pressure, changed the defense, and we didn't quite handle it. And the crowd mattered. We hadn't been in a lot of those, all last year didn't get in those. And then we didn't play in Arizona this year, so
right.
Didn't get that one. But hopefully we're getting better. I know there's not a lot of season left, but there's a lot of postseason left, and hopefully we can get in there and make something happen.
Well, we've seen the last couple of years in Vegas, the team, and you and I have talked about this, and what you want. And I've heard you mention this in walkthroughs. You want to get better now. You want to have to play your best ball now, peak in about 8 days, 7 days. Yeah.
No, keep getting better. And I know and sometimes it takes, your leadership, your team will take off, emerging talent. You'll see this time of year, you'll see guys, certain individuals have just kind of ascend. And I think we might have one in Mike. I mean, he's been kind of went through a tough little stretch when we were down in L.A., at home against Arizona. Is just like, and this is why I'd love to have him for another year, is that, hadn't been in that, hey, he's getting Dalen Terry draped on him, and Jemiah Neal, where there's, he's a lead dog, and then he's got the kind of mentality, he's got the right mindset. He's just keeps getting better and better, and once he gets it, and he's had a couple last 2 games been really, really impressive. And sometimes guys, we'll need something like that, someone to just kind of emerge and keep going, and getting Deshaun back has made us a lot better, a lot more depth, and give us a wide body in there. And so I still see room for us to improve.
I'm not sure that we talked enough about Deshaun's absence over 10 games. I mean, he came out 24 minutes, first game back, played pretty well, 3 blocks. It was actually his Pac career high. Didn't miss in Corvallis. He played with, just plays wide. Tough
wide. Big. He's a big traditional 5, and Oregon State has one. USC has one.
Oregon has one.
Oregon has 2.
2. Yeah.
Actually,
3
honestly,
maybe.
4.
You're right.
Actually, they have 4. There are 2 that are really good that don't see the court.
Yeah.
They got a McDonald's All-American, Nate Biddle, that
doesn't play.
Doesn't play. with that transfer. I'm not allowed to say anything like that, but come on over. But they have good ones. And I think if he'd been dogged with injuries since going back to the summer.
Deshaun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had the wrist thing that bothered him a little bit season, then the eye surgery. So he seems like he's really hitting a stride here, and hopefully, just like I said, we need to extend the season. Got Bamba back, and he was big for us. He really turned the game last night. We couldn't do anything with Davis, point guard, and just getting he's our best perimeter defender, and we said, hey, we got to do something here and put a 6'5" strong athlete, both of them from the Bronx. Who knew they'd be in? Two guys from the Bronx battling in Corvallis, Oregon. But it was good. And, those kind of things, you need certain guys step up certain nights.
Do they know each other? Davis is a little older. They must know each other, though. Yeah, they've got
the Bronx is about the size of Pullman.
Right.
Just with 2 million people
just a bunch of people smushed together.
It really is.
Yeah.
So there's only a few courts. They find each other.
And there's only so many guys that good.
It's a very tight community, the New York thing, so it's they know each other.
Davis had 8 first-half assists. That actually was near his season high. He leads the pack in assists. And he's trying to do that for the first time for Oregon State since Gary Payton did that for the Beavers. No one for Oregon State's done that since Payton.
Wow.
And he's trying to do that. And the whole game flipped when Bamba went on him. Down 11 at the half.
Yep.
Bamba goes on him. He ends the game with 11 assists, but through OT also. He actually didn't play a ton in the second half. Bamba really did flip it with the defense.
Yeah, they sat him a little in the second
half. They did.
It kind of looks just like him, too, and you can't really read their jersey. I mean, they're like the same size, and he's a good passer, too. And I was like, wait.
Greg thought, and he was looking at David, he thought he was worn out.
I can believe that.
He thought he's just tired. He said he played the whole first half, played hard, 8 assists, great looks, and just kind of got tired.
Bamba, I would get tired of the 6'5", 210, 15-pound guy just trying to get around him. He doesn't see many of those. Noah's usually good in that, and Noah struggled keeping that guy in front. He's not. Noah's 190 pounds, and not nearly as strong and physical as Bamba. So, and then Ty did a good job on him too, actually.
Yeah, you've praised Ty's defense over the last couple of weeks. He's guarded hard.
I'm just shocked he's a good defender. I love him. He's obviously not small in stature, but big heart. And he is a quick guy. He gets up underneath you, and it bothers you, and it's hard to get around. And he drew a big charge. He does frustrate you, and so it's good to have. You got to go against that kind of point guard where you got to give him different pitches. Sort of long range you want with Noah, short, quick one with Ty, and then the big, strong bully in Bamba. So we'll have to give him a few more pitches because their perimeter's good. I mean, Lucas is just going to score. I just make it hard for him as best you can because he finds a way to make baskets.
Do some guys, and Lucas comes to mind, do they prefer off-balance shots? Like Lucas rises and fades, and he seems to like it.
I just know he makes everything.
I
don't know what it is.
Heck of a shooter.
You know what? First of all, he never gets an open shot.
Right.
I mean, he draws so much attention. He's what they call gravity. They're going to stick to him. That's why their pick and roll was so good because it's just hard. Usually you help on the weak side, tag the roller, and you're like, man, I can't leave Lucas. And next thing you know, Silva's behind the defense. They throw it up there. So they pose a lot of problems. And he's just a unique – most righties actually like to go left to pull up, like shot fake left or turning like that. He's all right, and he doesn't even need to get square. He'll the basket's there, and he'll jump, turn. And
yeah, Craig said in one of them he didn't even look.
No,
he knew it was
shot. I guarantee he shot a lot of balls in his life.
Yeah, right. He just knows by feel.
He's the all-time leading scorer
in California.
He
had this incredible high school career.
That's pretty ridiculous.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, really nice of you to bake cupcakes for Chris Nash's birthday. Chris is one of the owners here at Zeppos. Happy birthday to Chris.
Big time.
Does such a good job here at Zeppos. There he is.
He's into his third White Claw already. Good. Yeah. Good on you.
And we've got a couple for those who are not viewing. Got a couple. Yeah, right. Is that right?
I'm taking this home to my wife.
That's great. Hey, let's do this. We'll take a break, come back. We'll talk ball here. We've got trivia coming up in a couple segments. We've got some questions written in. I think a couple have trickled in on the social media. So
I like traditional.
We'll get
these go top of the pile.
The if you come here and you handwrite a question, we'll get you on the air. Yeah, the Twitter, we'll do our best, but we guarantee the handwritten ones. We'll take a break, come back, talking ball here live with Kyle Smith at Zeppos.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hey, Coug fans! Can't decide what to do with your late-night weekends? Why not Cosmic Bowling? Every Friday and Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. is Cosmic Bowling at Zeppo's. At a price designed with everyone in mind, we are your destination for music, disco lights, and of course, bowling. Can't join us on the weekends? Zeppo's is the place to be for all ages every day of the week. With bowling, food, and drink specials, we offer prices that won't break the budget. You can even reserve your lane in advance with online reservations at Zeppos.com. When looking for fun in Pullman, look no further than Zeppo's.
This is the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Oh, hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Washington State University Athletics.
The airport connects Cougar fans and alums to 22 major centers throughout the West with over 50 daily departures to 22 nonstop destinations served by AHA, Alaska, Allegiant, American, Delta, Frontier, Southwest, and United Airlines.
Real-time arrival and departure flight information is available at www.spokaneairports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
This is the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield. Put your trust in a bank that's been focused on serving the people and businesses in Washington and all across the country since 1863. That's U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. With Coach Smith, here's Matt Chazanow.
Back at it live here talking ball with Coach Smith. We're getting set for the Oregon Schools Pacific Northwest Rivals. Any year that the Cougs don't, and this will be a thing of the past as we expand pack play, but any year the Cougs don't play the Beavers, the Ducks, and the Huskies twice, each is a scheduling miss.
Yeah.
Right? You want to play both of them twice, all three of them twice.
Absolutely.
And we're ending the year 5 straight with 5 straight Pacific Northwest rivals.
Is that what it is? Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, it is.
Yep. 5 straight Pacific Northwest rivals. Rep your school in the Level Next Rocket League Spring Showcase. Compete to take home the championship, part of the $125,000 prize pool. Like this opportunity, food's too good to waste. With Hellman's, you can save more and waste less. Registration closes March 27th. Sign up now at levelnextesports.com. We're taking on the Beavers Thursday, the Ducks, CBS telecast on Saturday. That's fun.
That's cool.
They have a national telecast. Also fun because they've got the tournament, so you get up.
Or give them some, content to display when we make the run.
Correct.
Yes.
What you're doing is you're helping out their graphics package folks.
Yeah.
Because they need to be ready come Selection Sunday.
Perfect.
With the logo and the name and everything.
We need that.
And all that is. You had back-to-back against the Huskies. You said once the ball went up into the air in Seattle, honestly not that big a deal. Maybe the game prep, you're leading up to it, players all know each other, and then you started the game. Got to do it again now with the Beavers. Just played them. You're going to play them again on Thursday.
Yeah, and I think a little bit their advantage in the sense that, we got in at 3:30 in the morning. I know you are. It says you're pounding your coffee, so a little punch drunk this day. Even though we're at home, but at least they slept in their beds last night, and then things going to come on us pretty quick, and we'll see what happens. I feel, and they've just been kind of like you said, they have not quit. They played really well against USC. Now UCLA bopped them pretty good, but I just knew that. Like I saw him before the shoot around. Coach Tinkle's he's a really positive guy. And he's amazing. He just kept them going, and we got a great effort out of not only Davis but Kalu played his best game, and they made some tough shots. And that's a team that's they're grinding. Lucas always I'm saying they're tough. So And like I just explained to our guys at halftime, I had to say, listen, because we say before we go out of every game, we say respect everyone, fear no one. So at halftime, it's like, hey, I don't know if we respect. These guys played the Final 8, and they were tied to go to the Final 4. 4 of those guys played a lot of minutes on those teams. So I'm like, what do you think? They forgot? I mean, whatever. They've been in. They're not intimidated by us. Like everything, it's good that we have the expectation we're supposed to win on someone else for, but it's like I said, it hasn't happened since 2013. These things, that's hard to remind kids that age. Like, you don't ever walk on the court in this league, this level. They have players. Everyone has good players. You got to play well to win, especially on the road. And I'm really proud of our team because I think we're 5-5 on the road in league.
Really good. I mean,
it's as good as it gets.
That's really phenomenal.
You take that every year.
Right.
To be honest.
What, how does it go? It's like good teams win their home games.
Yeah.
Very good teams win all their home games.
Yeah.
And then great teams win
split
some road games.
No,
yeah,
split.
Yeah.
You'd probably almost any year, almost any coach, with the exception like you take a 500 in a Power 5 league, take 500 on the road. Now we haven't been as good at home, and we've talked about that. We've got to be, whether it's our preparation, how we're doing it, or I think there's more influences, more things going on. You can maybe that helps us on the road, but that's just you want your team to fire every game and compete hard. And I think South Dakota State, who's awesome, I felt like we were sick that day and we just didn't quite have our legs. I don't know, but they're really good too. At UCLA, we just didn't really kind of got punched in the nose in there. In that first half, Oregon State, they came at us and we at least scored in that, but actually watching the film, like sometimes coaches get a little full of themselves too. Like they play pretty well and they're pretty. I don't know what to tell you. They wasn't. Everyone's like, I found some people. Ben Lasky, who's here, he told me we're getting beat up on Twitter. Thank God I don't have Twitter. I was like, for what? We won. He's like,
I know.
He's like, we're down. I said, that's why I don't have Twitter.
Right.
And then he told me like some people make comments about our players and direct message them. I'm like, those people have no life.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's just silly.
No, don't.
It's silly.
No one should do that.
Nope.
No one should do that. Shelving Twitter and all that is because that's a whole other tangent. There are 2 head scratchers this year, and that was more preseason. One of them, OSU, big head scratcher, tons of talent. You got Kalu hitting threes. You got Silva, everything you just said. With an addition of Deshaun Davis, people didn't know him yet.
Yeah.
No one knew him. He's new to the league. Leads the league in assists.
Yeah.
Unique player, wide base, really wise, really
strong,
really strong, really good. And then folks weren't sure what to do with Cal, right?
Yeah.
And Cal kind of overachieved.
Yep.
And they've been this addition. Then Kelly got hurt, and people didn't know Shepard, and so they sort of changed how they played because they're really, really slow, and then Kelly came out, and Shepard's a little faster. Anyway, Beavers are coming in, like you said, a couple of games to play, Beavers and then the Ducks. But of all the teams, and I've seen there was an 0-18 DePaul team.
Oh my gosh!
In the Big East tournament that won their only game of the year in the Big East in the conference tournament. They played the first game and they beat the 9 seed.
Yep.
And it happens. And the Beavers are a team.
I agree. Well, they kind of did last year, to be honest, but it kicked in. They're floundering a little bit, and then they really, second half of the league, they had a really good run, and they got this confidence. They had this mature. And the one thing that people don't understand, which I was worried about this year, going this year, is when you add a lot of new pieces, it's tough to find your way. Your talent could be good, and I think that's kind of what happened to Oregon State. And Davis was he wasn't comfortable yet, and it took him a while to get comfortable. And part of it, like, Gianni Hunt played a lot of minutes last year, and he plays ahead of him. And I don't know what Gianni's hurt or he quit. I don't even know what happened.
Right.
But those things, especially I think part of the social media and these expectations, Gianni Hunt probably, he's like, hey, I played 20 minutes a game on a team that went to Final 8. I'm backing up Ethan Thompson or whichever Thompson.
It was Ethan, yeah.
And this is my problem. I've been here 3 years, coach, and then they bring in this other guy. So those things you got to, and that could affect your chemistry.
Is the portal hard in that way? You bring in
I think so, and I think Wayne's probably. You don't know. That's why I'm more used to being in programs where you have to. It's a fine line because you want to get the best talent you can get in your program, and then you got to be able to manage the personalities. But I will do better. And that's what I said. I feel like we're a year behind as far as like inch by inch increment guys that are coming in, and like we got I think I mentioned in the broadcast or something. I think we have like 5 guys. We got like 8 guys, but 5 returning 5 guys that like meet the criteria of having the attitude that you want. They work their butt off. They're really proud to be Cougs. Not that the others aren't, but they're evolving. Let's just say they're growing. Their attitude, their work ethic is not quite there. They all really want to be here as far as – but you never know. The spring could be, hey, coach, I'm on the portal. But those 5, I'm like, I want those guys to take off with this thing and like, hey, we're putting it in your hands. You guys drive this thing. You guys are self-motivated, and that's like with Ty Roberts is that one of those guys. He's better than expected that way. Used to winning, smart, responsible, making a big jump in level, but not intimidated by it. He's going to have success. He's going through this grind this year, and he's going to – and just – guys, follow this guy. His habits. He's older. He's smart. Good sitting like for what the program is. When those are guys. I'll go all in on those guys.
He is smart. I'm always impressed by his questions when he comes back to you courtside. If I get a chance to eavesdrop on player questions, which I don't often do, sometimes I do. But
I get a few frowny faces when I say that's a bad shot, and it gives me I'm like,
there is such a thing.
Wait, have you seen us play, Ty? We're not afraid to chuck it up, man. Like we'll get there.
Yeah.
But that's about the only thing I nitpick with a guy. Like I said, defend, rebound, first size rebounds, takes care of the ball, competes, and responsible. And then it's like that's the kind of thing. I still feel like we're about a month behind. It's like, hey, now we haven't shot the ball well, fellas. That's pretty obvious. We got to really get into address that. Be good, but we did. We did great. Bravo. But our defense is shredded.
Right.
So it's like it's funny. It's hard to get it. We got to be. We still, and I don't know if that's because we played probably 5 out of 6 on the road.
Tired.
It looks a little.
Tired.
There's no question.
Yeah.
That's why so I told our team. I said Colorado was in the same thing. They walked in our gym, and we blitzed them, and they never got off the mat.
Yep.
And that could have been us last night.
Yeah.
And we didn't. We hung in there and found a way.
Did I see a no yes on the FA3 in the first half?
No. It was a straight no. It wasn't a no. And I was like, all right. No, because
but it went in.
No, we were talking about shot selection, and we took about 2 bad ones. And then all of a sudden, FA just cranks it up. I was like, all right. Andre got in there, and he ran. We would call his number, and he just like, I'm going to pull this, and he hit it too. I was like, that wasn't a good shot. He was open, but it's like, come on, man, get in the flow. But it's like.
He hits the 3, right? And he comes back right in front of Minez.
Yeah.
He's blowing on his hands. He's still cold.
Yeah,
he just hit a 3. He just got in the game.
Hey, it was better than the last time I checked him in the game before against UW. And he goes in and gets scored on out of bounds. So I got to send him in the offense. Right. Like, it was cold. He gets hit. Right. And then you're mad. But proud of him because he didn't play a lot in the Washington. And I said, you know what? This guy had been playing well. And we're all confidence guys. But he's like, you know what? I want to make sure I got him in the first one off the bench. And he gave us a nice lift, and he got 3 assists. He hit 2 threes, and he's another one of those guys that, gosh dang, it's his attitude, work ethic, and he just wants to get better. And kind of guys you want. I mean, people. When you go back to some of Tony's teams, and whether it's what's my guy, Kaprivic, I can't say his name.
So what now?
Koprivica. Over the lefty Serbian. He helped us get him, like those kind of guys. Rochesti. Guys that were with them a while that played. Koprivica. What's his name? That's it. Come on, man.
I don't know. I've never.
You need to know the history of the Cougs. You're the voice of the Cougs.
You're not wrong. Oh God. You're not wrong. Hey,
we're both a little tired.
Yeah. Well, there's some of a little punch drunk. Remember we have a headset on. Earn your bragging rights at Northern Quest with more slot machines, table games, restaurants, lounges, and luxury hotel rooms than anyone else in the region. Plus Turf Club Sportsbooks now open. Northern Quest. Yes, the best. More at northernquest.com. Trivia next. We're going to do trivia. And we'll be easy on you because of the road weary, for sure.
We're not doing our questions?
Let's do – yeah, we could do questions. Yeah, we'll do questions. Let's do questions. How about that?
Oh, we're doing that. We're not commercial. That was kind of the commercial break?
I was going to do – well, you want to do commercial? Let's do it. We'll take a break. We'll take a break, come back. We'll do Kyle's going to take a 2-minute nap. We'll come back, a little power nap. We'll come back live next.
Which would you rather be? An armchair quarterback or an on the edge of your cushy leather seat chair quarterback? Turf Club Sportsbook is now open at Northern Quest with the most modern, luxurious, and exciting sports wagering experience around. So you can bet, watch, and win like never before. Right here in the heart of the action. Turf Club Sportsbook, the ultimate game changer. Now open at Northern Quest.
Don't miss the third installment in the Kingsman film series, The Kingsman, starring Ray Fiennes, now available at Redbox. This action spy thriller prequel unfolds with the Duke of Oxford learning of a sinister plot by Rasputin and other notorious historical figures to eradicate millions of people in pre-World War I Europe. This story follows and reveals the origins of the Independent Intelligence Agency, The Kingsman. Watch The Kingsman and make it a Redbox night. Visit redbox.com for all the ways to watch.
You're listening to the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
This is the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show.
Lots of the bucket and a two-handed skyscraper jam.
Live from Zeppo's with Cougar head coach Kyle Smith, here's the voice of the Cougs, Matt Chazanow.
Nikola Koprivica.
Yes.
Nikola, 5 boards a game his final year, I believe, was the number. Live here at Zeppo's talking ball with Coach Smith. It's the final show. Great crowd here tonight. Packed house here at Zeppo's. Great to see everybody as the Cougs are taking on the Beavers on Thursday and then the Ducks on Saturday. Write-in questions for you.
Sure.
Before we get to trivia, we'll do write-in questions.
Okay.
What would you say has been your biggest challenge this year and your most pleasant surprise?
The challenge is the same as it was last year, believe it. We're getting past it. COVID. We had all that stuff and managing that stuff.
Just played a rescheduled game on a Monday.
Yeah. Oh, that's really like when we couldn't get those games in, we're like, we're not prepared. I'm like, you're like, I'd rather play this game with some of those games. I say we might be better off playing with 6 guys, see what happens,
right?
So you don't run into what we run into, which is 6 games in 2 weeks and on the road. But we're hanging in there, man. I feel like we're going to be okay. But that was, and then biggest surprise,
pleasant surprise,
most pleasant surprise. I don't know.
What about maybe Mo's offensive development? How about that? Because
I'm not excited about that.
No, right. Maybe too soon. A little too soon.
Like, no, slow down, Mo. Don't get too crazy here, buddy.
33s or anything.
No, I'm excited. You know what? Biggest surprise is how mature he is. He should be a senior in high school.
Right.
And you've been around him.
Great kid. Great personality.
Just very self-aware.
Yep.
Very mature. Very great with his teammates.
He's nice.
Level-headed. I mean, it's like there's absolutely, and it's crazy because he's really talented. You say this all the time, but think better person.
Yeah, he's
better than
awesome.
his talent. He's a really, really neat person.
Doesn't seem like this is the write-in question. Doesn't seem like OSU's anywhere close to a 3-win team. I totally agree with that. They have way more talent than a 3-win team all year. It's
I think we'd be saying that regardless if we won this game. You'd still be saying that
for sure. For sure.
But it's real.
Oh, for sure.
It's legitimate.
Oh, at the tip.
Can't figure it out.
At the tip. They had Kalu take the ball up the court. He's 6'10". He's 6'10", hitting threes. I'm thinking, what is going on here?
And then he just blew by Mo.
He can really play. It's a heck of a head scratcher. And they've been in games. They've been in hard games.
I know. They're good. Someone's got to lose.
Yeah. How do you keep a team motivated when they're not seeing the results you'd expect? That's the write-in question.
I mean, that's the definition of coaching. For us, it's always – it's process. It's like we're going to do the same things we're doing November 1st or April 1st, whatever, or hopefully April 1st.
Right.
March 1st. Consistency. Not you can't put all your self-esteem, all your team's esteem into result. But it's hard. And if anyone, like I said, I was telling you in the break that Coach Tinkle's just a really positive guy. And last time I've been watching him all year because I was like, doggone it. And I'm waiting for a team to crack and just like head hanging, fights. Stuff like that happens. I'm like, these guys really, they haven't hung their head, and they keep competing. And it goes back to Wayne. Wayne's very, very positive, very active over there, and he doesn't hang his head, and that's a testament to them. And I'm a little surprised, but I haven't been in that situation too. I remember had back-to-back 8 and 9 wins as an assistant.
Where was that?
I was at Air Force.
Yeah.
I was there for 1 year, and then went to St. Mary's the first year. We won 9 the first year. But they won 2 the year before, so it felt like it was a 450% improvement, so it felt like that.
Under Randy.
Yeah.
He won 2 and then.
Nope. We inherited a 2 winner.
Okay.
Won 9.
Wow.
He went 9, 15, and 15.
Yeah.
Hadn't had a losing season since.
Yeah. I was going to say, I didn't even remember. Yeah.
No, why would you?
Yeah.
When I showed up the first staff meeting, or the athletic department meeting, the AD's like, hey, man, just had a meeting with the brothers, it's Christian Brothers School, and he's like, we're not going to go Division III.
That's what they're worried about.
They were talking
about dropping
well,
down.
Yeah, they're talking. I was like,
wow.
I looked at Randy. I said, what'd you get me into?
Wow.
Yeah. So and if you go there, it looks like a Division III school.
Hartford did.
Yeah. I mean, no, they're in the same boat.
Vin Baker, Vin Baker's an all-time Hartford.
Yeah.
No, he was an all-time Hartford Hall.
Yeah.
He maybe tried to. I think they're down.
They're done.
Yeah, I think they're out. Yeah.
More schools should do that. To be
you
honest.
think so?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to
keep up and try to get on CBS and the whole thing.
Yeah, and it's just like there's some that's like you're not fair to the student athletes. You're not supporting the operation. You don't have the money. And there's the other thing when I get to St. Mary's. Here's what this one last. So they had us doing. I've had some funky jobs. So they gave us a list of calls. It's Tuesday night. Hey, come on, we're getting pizzas, and the coaching staff's in there 7 to 10. We're going to call and raise money for scholarships. And I said, I did it one day, and I said, because we weren't fully scholarship. We're playing against Gonzaga.
Yeah.
And I said, Randy, I'm not going to do this anymore. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, if I put more time into that, if I'm just going to call recruits for those time, and if we can't get better, we're not going to be here anyway.
Right.
So let's just operate with 10 scholarships.
Focus on
what we can. Try to get better players.
Yeah.
And eventually,
wow.
I have a lot of stories in that direction. But go ahead. What's the next
Those
one?
are great stories. Yeah. Which we
just ask you someday about when I bought the Upper Bowl.
You did?
Yeah. The Upper Bowl for the Gonzaga game. That's a whole. We could just do a whole show how I wrote a check that I couldn't cash and said. Because they were like, I said, we got to stop selling tickets to Gonzaga fans. They had road trips.
Letting them
RV,
in. Yeah.
RVs. It was like playing a road game. I said, these guys screw these guys, man. We're getting good. We're not doing this anymore. Like, we can't do it. We can't. I said, listen, how much are the tickets? How many seats are up there? They said 1,800. I said, how many? They said $10 a seat. I said 18,000.
Here you go. Boom. I love it.
And can I resell them? And we had a whole game.
You did a whole thing.
They figured out a way.
You
though.
fenced the ticket.
And then about 2 months before the game, I said, hey, I haven't seen my tickets yet. And they go, no, we got a way around it. We only would sell those tickets to that game. You had to buy the whole season ticket package.
Love that.
So it chased.
There you go. Got them away.
It chased some of those.
The Zag fans weren't going to come to the St. Mary's Portland Pilots game?
It was just, it was going to be $600 ticket off of that. So it was like.
Smart. That is smart.
Oh, it took, sometimes you got to poke, you got to.
Do you?
Do you? Yeah, you do. Let's go. That's what Robleski's doing back there as we talk.
That's what he does. Hand up in the air. Derek Roble, Director of Recruiting. Always. What advice do you have for a soon-to-be college graduate?
Oh, that's a good one. I get a lot of these guys that want to go into coaching. Get in where you fit in. That's what I put in. And don't worry about, I always tell young guys, whether it's coaching or whatever, you want to don't worry about where you are, what you're making. Get as much responsibility as you can and embrace it. It's going to be hard. It's your freshman year of life.
Yeah.
Well, they don't tell you about this. Freshman year of life is much harder than the freshman year of college. You come to college, you're like, freshman year is tough. And then and then you get this degree, you get this diploma, you're like, oh, I got it made. And you're like, no, man.
It's just the start.
You got 40 years here.
And a heads up to anybody moving to North Carolina, there's a car excise tax coming your way. That one hurt. Didn't know.
What's that?
Got a little $200 something bill, and then just that's how they do it.
Oh.
Hey, you own a car. Wham.
Boy,
did that hurt. That's a stinger right away out of school. Yeah.
And I mean, it's fun. That's my advice. And say, just, try to survive. And people recognize, just work hard, and you're just trying to find your way and stuff. And that's my advice. Take on as much responsibility. That's for the coach. I said, don't worry about what level you're coaching, but if you learn to recruit, coach, do everything, you'll you'll grow. That'll happen.
Love it. You're in charge of picking the all-time USA Dream Team. Who do you pick? Give me your starting five all time.
Starting five.
Yeah.
I went quickly. I went
Elo, Klay Thompson.
That's the coup.
Okay. Got it. Sorry. Misunderstood.
Klay couldn't crack this one, darn it. We might. I mean, he's not quite, but he definitely. We need some shooting. This team needs some shooting.
He's a great defender.
Magic.
Yeah.
He's pretty dominant. Play 1 through 5.
Good player.
Yeah, really good, smart. Yeah. Jordan.
Yeah.
At the 2.
It's not a shocker.
Yeah. He's my leading scorer.
Okay.
Then I got a couple crafty forwards with Larry Bird.
Yeah, super crafty. Yeah.
And LeBron.
Okay. All right. And your center.
And then we got Kareem when we need a bucket down
sky
low.
hook. Yeah. Love it. Who'd
I forget on that? I feel like I'm punch drunk.
I don't know.
It might have been right. There's some modern day guys. I guess Durant's not bad.
He's okay.
Maybe Durant. Hold on. Let me scratch that.
Who you taking off though?
Bird.
Larry's out.
I love
Larry's
Bird.
Out. Right.
I love Bird, but he's coming off the bench.
Bird's a better trash. Bird's the best trash talker.
Oh, he's. I rooted against him growing up.
Sure.
Because I was a Magic guy. My dad went to Michigan State.
How'd that go for you? Yeah.
It was. You really appreciate him once you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Why was it? It just felt like you couldn't beat him.
The other thing about him, when you look back, he's 6'9". He's enormous.
I'm telling you, I still remember the moment. Where it was Game 6 that one series when he missed the 3 that would have tied it or won it. Whatever. It's like he back ironed it and I was like, I couldn't believe he missed. That's how good he was. How clutch he was.
Every time.
Yeah, he was really clutch.
Hey, professional bull riders return bigger, badder, bolder, all new 2022 season. PBR invades Washington State if they go to Everett and Tacoma April 6th through the 10th. Tickets are $15. Get yours at PBR.com. Get them while you can. Find out what it means to be Cowboy. Trivia next. What do you say?
I'm in.
We'll do trivia. All right, we're taking a break. We'll come back talking ball here live with Kyle Smith at Zeppos.
I think maybe bring Magic off the bench.
Maybe.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Washington State University athletics.
The airport connects Cougar fans and alums to 22 major centers throughout the West with over 50 daily departures to 22 nonstop destinations served by AHA, Alaska, Allegiant, American, Delta, Frontier, Southwest, and United Airlines.
Real-time arrival and departure flight information is available at www.spokaneairports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
This is the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Coug fans! Can't decide what to do with your late-night weekends? Why not Cosmic Bowling? Every Friday and Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. is Cosmic Bowling at Zeppos. At a price designed with everyone in mind, we are your destination for music, disco lights, and of course, bowling. Can't join us on the weekends? Zeppos is the place to be for all ages every day of the week. With bowling, food, and drink specials, we offer prices that won't break the budget. You can even reserve your lane in advance with online reservations at Zeppos.com. When looking for fun in Pullman, look no further than Zeppos.
Which would you rather be? An armchair quarterback or an on the edge of your cushy leather seat chair quarterback? Turf Club Sportsbook is now open at Northern Quest with the most modern, luxurious, and exciting sports wagering experience around. So you can bet, watch, and win like never before. Right here in the heart of the action. Turf Club Sportsbook, the ultimate game changer. Now open at Northern Quest.
You're listening to the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
Heat 3, way beyond the arc in Kansas.
With Coach Smith, here's Matt Chazanow.
Back here live talking ball with Coach Smith. We've got ourselves the Oregon State and Oregon week. Last week of the year, final home games, final 2 games, and then the Pac-12 tournament starts up Wednesday or Thursday, depending on your seed, and then go Wednesday through Saturday is when the...
we're locked out of Thursday, aren't we?
Yeah, but
I really pitch it. It's Wednesday for us.
It's starts on Wednesday. My understanding currently of the seeding possibilities could be 6, 7, or 8. which is really a game time, tip time. You don't have a preference, do you?
We can't do better than 6th.
I don't think so.
Wow.
But the tiebreakers get really
we
weird.
Got hammered on them.
The tiebreakers get odd. And I don't love.
Colorado got Arizona, but they're ahead of us. I really haven't looked.
I'm not sure. How do you feel about that tiebreaker? So the way it works is the initial tiebreaker's head-to-head. That makes sense, right? How'd you do against your opponent?
You swept them.
If you swept them, you're ahead.
That's a higher seed you beat.
But, yeah, I don't know.
It drives me crazy. They talk about net being important. Well, it's not important.
Right now, it doesn't count for this. Right. So the second tiebreaker is, what's the best seeded win you've had in the pack?
I think it's straight from the WCC.
Is that right?
That's what we did in the WCC. Jamie Zaninovich, who runs the basketball stuff, I assume it came right from there. So I'm like, they're always telling us, well, you got to schedule this way so your net's good. Well, our net's good.
Right. But
doesn't mean anything.
Interesting.
Doesn't mean anything.
I guess it does for the league. It does for the big dance.
The league.
It does for the league for the big dance, but not for the Pac tourney. Yeah.
No, those are quad 1 wins of people that beat us, but we don't get any credit for the wins we get.
Kind of stings.
Yeah, it's kind of bad.
Kind of bad. All right, let's hit the music. Luke, hit the music. Let's go. Let's put the pressure on Coach here. Okay. Right. In 1984, the NCAA tournament, Beasley Coliseum hosted 6 teams in the 1984 NCAA tournament. Among them was the eventual national champion, as well as a famous coach who's soon to retire. Can you name the 2 teams? Can you name the team that won the 1984
Georgetown and Duke.
Correct and correct. Bring him up. Bring him up. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jay Billis has fun stories about staying in Moscow.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. They stayed in Moscow, Idaho. And, Georgetown and Duke playing in Beasley Coliseum. All right, question number 2. Who holds the Washington State B record for most points in a high school women's basketball game?
I mean, this thing just haunts me forever. Let me think about this one. I think it's Jen Greeny. Is it Jen Greeny?
That's incorrect. And I know you know it's incorrect.
Oh, is it?
I'm certain.
Katie Davis?
It might be Katie Davis. Correct. It is Katie, a.k.a. Katie Smith.
Yeah.
50 points in March of 1998.
Oh, yeah. Class B's, man.
How about that? Rocco,
his mom.
Rocco knew that one. Yeah, Rocco's.
I thought it was
Smith
Jen.
is here.
I thought it was Jen Greeny. I really did.
It was not, and you didn't, actually. I know that you didn't. All right, question number 3. You're correct. 2 for 2. Question 3. In 1919.
Oh, okay.
The State College of Washington.
World War I.
State College of Washington, which is now Washington State University, adopted the Cougars as their mascot.
Oh, I know the previous
What
one.
was the mascot before that?
I know this. The Evergreens.
Incorrect. We've got people yelling. That is correct from the
Squirt?
From the Squirt the Terrier. That's right.
Squirt the Terrier?
Yeah, the Terriers. Yeah,
I think we got to go a throwback uni. Put the Terriers back out.
We get the Terrier back out, dust the Terrier off.
Let's go.
Cougar would eat the Terrier.
Yeah, but it's
just if they were
kind
to
of
battle.
A throwback.
Yeah.
Butch and Squirt.
Butch and
Squirt.
Not intimidating, but fun.
No.
But fun. That's a lot of fun. You get a little Terrier out there running around. That'd be a lot of fun.
That'll be.
And less of a PETA issue than having a cougar caged up outside of the stadium. Yeah. Okay. Question number 4. Friel Court is named after our former men's basketball coach Jack Friel, who I'm told his grandson works in town. By the way.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We need to get him involved.
I know, right? How long did Coach Friel coach the Cougs? 25, 30, or 35 years? Those are your 3 options. 25.
30.
Correct. Ring him up. That's correct. That is correct.
So you got to go 30 usually to get the name on the floor.
That's what it is. That's 3 decades.
20 minimum, I think. 20 minimum.
How about that? 1928 to 1958.
Good for him.
Isn't that wild? Yeah, fantastic.
I don't think I'm making 30.
It's a big number.
I'm on 30.
Why not? Go for 40.
27.
Go for 40.
What do you think? 27. That gets me up. That's 80.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, that's Boeheim. You're
Boeheim. pushing it.
He's not going anywhere.
How about that?
Yeah.
They were trying to get rid of him.
He's not going
They were
anywhere.
trying to get him to retire. When my former AD, Scott Sidwell at San Francisco, was the associate AD at Syracuse. That was 8 years ago. I mean, it's good for him.
Duke was there. They had Coach Krzyzewski called into the Jim Boeheim radio show. So my buddy of mine, counterpart at Syracuse, said Mike from Durham calling into the show.
That's funny.
Long-time listener.
We thought for sure, well, his sons are going to be done. So we think, this is it. No.
They were little boys. This makes me. When I was like a junior, they're running around the press room, as little boys, and now they're scoring 30 a game. Pretty cool. Question 5, final question, most important question we've actually ever had here. What year did Zeppo's open? This is Huge trivia.
I'm guessing 2012.
It's a good guess. It's a good guess. Wrong.
Oh no, because Clay would come here.
It's a good guess. Is wrong. Yeah, that's good. So, what do you think? 2000. Year 2000.
2000.
December 1, 2000. Correct. 22 years ago.
I don't know why. That was a tough question for me.
And
I should have known Clay. I knew Clay.
Okay.
This was Clay's favorite spot.
He loved. Of course it was. He loves to bowl and play video games.
Everything goes.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah. Well, and maybe that too. Who knows? Who knows?
Got a little everything going on. Something for everyone here.
100%. Another shout out to Chris Nash. Happy birthday to Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
Happy birthday to Chris. We'll take a break. Come back. Talk ball here with Kyle Smith as we're live here at Zeppo's.
Don't miss the third installment in the Kingsman film series, The Kingsman, starring Ray Fiennes. Now available at Redbox. This action spy thriller prequel unfolds with the Duke of Oxford learning of a sinister plot by Rasputin and other notorious historical figures to eradicate millions of people in pre-World War I Europe. This story follows and reveals the origins of the Independent Intelligence Agency, The Kingsman. Watch The Kingsman and make it a Redbox night. Visit redbox.com for all the ways to watch.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Hey everybody, this is Clay Thompson, and you're listening to Washington State Basketball.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Oh, hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
This is Cougar basketball.
Flowers step back three, hand in his face, he buries it. Williams to the right, bucket with a two-handed dunk.
Join us all season as Kyle Smith and the Cougs look to make some noise in the Pac-12 and beyond.
Babagidi all the way to the bucket for a skyscraper. Beats it. Gay with a tomahawk, puts it home, and the foul.
It's only on your home for Cougar basketball, the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield. Have a question for Coach Smith? Send a tweet with your thoughts to Matt Chazanow using the handle @M_Chaz. That's M_CHAZ. Now, back to Zeppo's.
And live talking ball here with Coach Smith as we've got ourselves the Beavers on Thursday and then the Ducks on Saturday. I have some questions rolling in here on Twitter. Jennifer Delzer, great Coug.
Love Jen.
Absolutely. With a team that's struggling at the half, do you find a change in the lineup more effective to turn things around? Like, you're down 11, you're in Corvallis, you're down 11, and you do what to change things in the second half?
I mean, that game specifically went Bamba to get on Davis and Deshaun. And it hurt us early because Deshaun picked up 2 fouls early and with Silva and took it from they got 13. I think in the first media was 6, so we cut into it 5 points.
Quickly,
yeah. So that mattered, and we had it. And I think at SC, Mike Flowers really struggled first half. He was kind of out of it and he's confident. And I said, you know what, he had a really good second half. So usually it's if you're getting. I don't know. It's. Let's say most of the time it's not that, but sometimes it is.
Lineup change.
It's your lineup change, yeah. I think it's, and we're pretty fluid in a lot of our plus minus and matchup stuff too. But we've changed our starting lineup a lot because of that, because we got some guys that it's just better matchups.
Yes, because some games, like I think Yaki played 6 minutes after playing like 38 minutes. That must have been a matchup thing to some degree.
To be honest, I coach probably more like an NBA guy does. They'll do that like, hey. This is bad matchup, which is hard for a 19-year-old to figure that. Like, right. What coach? And he's awesome about it. And that's like, you know what? You've been good. And then, FA had 21 and 14. I started him ahead of FA. Or no, I heard Mo didn't start. That was a whole other issue. That was
we talked about it. You actually went on the record with it.
Yeah, I was
not sure you meant to.
I did. I was like, whatever. I was like, it's got to do it. I didn't want to, but I had to do it anyway. So that's kind of what I got. He played great, and I know. And you know what? I do think like he's a guy. That's why I said like, I need to go to him early because sometimes he could be some of the matchup. He's a third guy off the bench, and it's just not as. The eighth guy is tough. It's tougher role. Tough role for anyone. Like it could be 6 minutes. It could be 25. It could be if you're going good, you can
let him
go.
cook.
Let him go.
Let's do this. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk ball. Who put a ball on the show? We've got Oregon State 8 p.m. tip Thursday. Another late one Thursday. 7:30 airtime.
We need it.
And got to get into 10 wins. Trying to get to 10 pack wins against the Beavers. We'll take a break. Come back. Talking ball here with Kyle.
Yeah.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Washington State University Athletics.
The airport connects Cougar fans and alums to 22 major centers throughout the West with over 50 daily departures to 22 nonstop destinations served by AHA, Alaska, Allegiant, American, Delta, Frontier, Southwest, and United Airlines.
Real-time arrival and departure flight information is available at www.spokaneairports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
You're listening to the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Welcome back to the show. Time now to look ahead at this week's game with the Coors Light Opponent Preview. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
Back here live talking ball. We got a couple of minutes before we get ourselves wrapped up in final preparations for the Beavers coming over here to the Palouse for the return, and then the Ducks on Saturday. We've talked a good bit of Beavs because of the recency effect. But the ducks, you want to talk about an important game for the country and the pack. You are trying to play the Ducks here in terms of national pictures and all sorts of things. You're trying to get up in the pack standings and return the favor.
It's a big game for Washington State.
That's what I'm saying. Trying to return the favor here for what was a tight game there in Eugene.
No, yeah, absolutely. We've had, like I said, the Pacific Northwest games. They're important to us. Try to make as we ascend, hopefully through the league, and like I said, we've made progress again. Year 3. Some people, I said, I know we're getting decent because people have even higher expectations, get mad at us now and boo us. So I guess it's good, get deserved. But no, that's all. Always recruiting wise, and they've been the dominant team in the Northwest for the last 10 years, I'd say. And be able to have that at CBS is quite an honor. And it'll be a good weekend. We'll be focused on Oregon State, and I expect that to be really tough. Because they're hard to guard. We got to get our defense back, to be honest. But I don't know if that's a fatigue thing or it can go a lot of different ways. But I was excited to see us make a lot of shots.
Yeah, it was great to see 103 points up on the board. I'm excited to see Deshaun battle against Infali Dante and Frank Kepnon against the Ducks.
Amen. That's a tough order for F.A. and Muhammad to have to battle those guys.
Yeah, and no knock on those two. It's just nice to have the third big body down in there. I mean,
we were a little without Vova this year. I knew we'd be a little light on that. Having that, you just like to have one more. But then when we didn't have Deshaun, I was like, this is why, darn it.
Yeah,
I can't put it the other way.
Right.
You need some guys that chew up innings, pitchers that to get you inning. It's hard, those skinny guys.
Thank you, Coach, for this time.
All right.
But all year, thanks to Zeppos all year. Thanks to you all year. This was the last show. This is the final segment of the last show.
Hey, thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. For everybody who comes.
Yeah, be sure to catch us on the Chaz Pod.
Oh, geez.
Do this. He's
creating. This doesn't exist, but maybe
he's going to host it. And he's looking for that and firing your questions. And
again, I think the name it starts with Kyle.
Chaz Pod. He's good at this.
You definitely maneuvered a cupcake while on the air, by the way. Also, it was very highly skilled.
Cupcake, tremendous.
Very skilled.
The worst part, I said I was bringing it to my wife because it's gluten-free.
Well, you're very skilled. Hey,
I'm taking yours.
Huge thanks to Jared Brent-Guber, man behind the camera. Jared Kylo gets us on the air as always. Luke Hallett back in the U.S. Bank Network studios. Everybody who listened, who watched, who's here at Zeppos, thank you. Thanks to Zeppos. At some point, there will be 4 baseball coaches shows. We'll get those dates released as well. Cougs take on the Beavers Thursday, 7:30 airtime. Final home games of the year, and then on to Vegas.
I hope I'm going to be able to heckle Brian Green.
I hope so, too. I can't wait for that. That sounds great. Thank you, guys. Go Cougs.
Go Cougs.